Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you gift tags, those lovely Christmas gift tags. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always run out of gift tags, or I always end up with several left over. It's either one or the other. I've never either not got enough or there's too many. So I decided this year that I'm going to make my own so that I then know how many I'm going to need and it's perfect. So hopefully I shouldn't have any left over and hopefully I shouldn't run out. But basically, because we've got such a wonderful selection of products with Stampin Up, there are several options available to you. I'm going to be contraire and start from the right this time and work my way across. So I'm starting off with this super cute snowman. He is from, with my piles of stuff, he is from Seasonal Chums. And as you can see, we have the snowman, the reindeer, a pumpkin. We even have the to and from and some lovely little sentiments going on there. They are clear mount. And they are fabulous. They also come with the seasonal tags framelets, so you actually get the whole thing. You don't have to fussy cut the whole thing out, and as you can see, you get front and back. So I think these are really cute for maybe little presents that this is going to hang off, or even just, you know, just to put on a present, so that I just think it's cute and it's ideal for kids. And as I say, the seasonal tags framelets, it does have a few extra embellishments. I mean, I actually used these stars on my Yankee Candle box a couple of 3 weeks ago maybe, cutting them out with the glimmer paper, so they're wonderful. I haven't actually used the others yet, but I have used the main shapes and they do cut out fabulously, and obviously that's the snowman, which I got out ready for me to use. And I've just coloured him in using our markers. I've actually got them wedging my tripod at the moment because, as you know, I've had a bit of an issue with it. But I've got all the colours of the markers and that's what I used to colour this one in. As I say, obviously it was quick and easy. I mean, I literally did this in a couple of minutes, just stamped it, coloured it and cut it out and it's done. And then I've just used, I'm sure it's the Dapper Denim Baker's Twine on this one, just to add a little bit extra colour. Then we move on to this one, which is the more traditional sort of book styled one, which again I've just done using, this will teach me for setting it all up and putting the stamp at the bottom, the Good Tidings stamp. Now I absolutely love this. I've really fallen in love with this stamp set. When I first looked through the catalogue I did overlook it because I just thought, well, that doesn't look much. I saw one project made with it and I thought, right, that's it, I need to get it, and I haven't stopped using it since. I've used it for a couple of cards and obviously now I'm using it on gift tags. The Merry Christmas is actually from Merry Patterns, which is the stamp set available if you spend over a certain amount. If I remember correctly, it's, I want to say £2.50, but I'm going to have to check on that and I'll let you know. Or it could be £1.50, I can't remember, I do apologise. So yeah, so I've used the Merry Christmas from this one, and the to and from, that was from this one, the Seasonal Chums. No, it wasn't that one. I do apologise, I can't remember. Oh, it was from Labels to Love. It was from Labels to Love. So I have used several stamp sets to create this one. You don't have to, you know, if you can use anything really, but I just quite liked that, and as I say, it is more of a traditional one that you can use there. And then these two I will actually be making at my class next week. And these are just simply the really cute and followed on from last year Cookie Cutter Christmas. Obviously I've just gone with the reindeer and the snowman, and I don't know if you can see these, but they're actually on shimmer paper, on the shimmer paper that Stampin' Up do, so they actually do have a lovely little shimmer to them. I don't know if you can see it, I'm hoping you can. But they just add a little bit of extra sparkle, and I've actually coloured them in using the ink pads and a blender pen, because that is what we're using this week in our class, next week, sorry, is the blender pens. So I've obviously just done the reindeer and the snowman. I've used the stitched shapes framelets to cut them out, and then I've just used the layering ovals to coordinate a lovely red oval on the back there, and I've done the same with this one. And again, if you wanted to, you can stamp the to and from on the back of here. I've just left them plain. these do look a little bit plain. I may potentially be adding some rhinestones or some glitter or something to these, but I haven't quite decided yet. But I just wanted to show you how quick and easy and simple it is just to make up some different tags for different presents. So we'll start off with the snowman, and I'll pop these to one side. So like I said, you need seasonal chums. I've got the snowman again, and wherever I've put it, here it is. And I've literally got this bit of scrap Whisper White that's left over from when I made him, and another project that I was doing. But you don't need a full sheet. And then I'm just using my basic black, and I'm just going to stamp him on there. Just clean him on my Stampin' Scrub there, because I don't want to, because I'm doing 3 projects. So that's that one. And then you simply grab your Big Shot and your seasonal tags framelets, and then you just line him up, and as you can see it just fits perfectly. Magnetic plate that I'm using at the bottom. Oops, I've got my handle the wrong side, that'll confuse me. And then just run him through, and that will just cut him out. Just pop that out of the way. And then you just simply pop him out, and obviously it's the same for the reindeer and for the pumpkin, and you just push him out, and then this little hole that was where the twine goes, I just pop out with my paper piercer, and then he's all ready to colour. And as I say, I just used my markers, so I've got pumpkin pie here just to colour in his nose. I used crumb cake for the rabbit, which again is just a quick, and because the lines are quite thick on this as well, you don't need to, you know, be quite careful with it, because you just fill it in. And then the little bird on his hat, so that was crumb cake. And then I used soft suede for his hat, which again is fairly quick and easy to do. Just quickly give him a colour, spin him round, and do the other part, the front of his hat. I've been using this one quite a lot, so I think it's starting to get a bit worn. Now that's my soft suede, and then I use the fine tip of the real red just to colour in those berries. I use, oops, get in, garden green just for the berries, sorry, for the leaves rather, and then basic black just to fill that trim of his hat off, just there. And then all that's left are the scarf and gloves, which I've used Pacific Point and Marina Mist. Now I used Pacific Point first, and I just coloured in the tassels and then every other square. And like I say, you can see how quickly I've coloured this in. I'm not being particularly careful. It's just a quick colour in of all the points that I need to. And then spin him around, and obviously you can do these any colours. I have done some with the same basic body colours, and then I used Blushing Bride and Flirty Flamingo to give him to give the snowman a snow girl effect. But as I say, you don't need to go mad. So there's my Pacific Point coloured in. And the reason I do the darker colour first is because when I come to do Marina Mist, I don't have to worry about going over it. So I just quickly give it a wipe. And as I say, I can go over the top of the Marina Mist at the Pacific Point because it's the darker colour. And then that's him done. And what did that take me? A couple of minutes. And then I just grab some baker's twine. Like I say, I've got Dapper Denim. Now, for ease of this, I do have a rather large darning needle that I use, because these, if you're doing a lot of these, they can become quite fiddly. And I just line the bottom up, pinch the top, and then I actually do use my bone folder just to crease. and then just simply pop this through and then tie a knot in the other end, and that's it. And that's one tag done. Simple and quick. And then I just take the ends off. So that's him done, quick and easy. So the next one I'm going to show you is this one. And again, this is relatively quick and simple too. So I've got this is 5 by 2.5, scored at 2.5, and then I have 2 2.25 whisper white layers, one to go on the front, one to go on the inside. And then obviously with your good tidings, it is a stepped stamping, and you can see how well this one's been used. So if I flip it, sorry, not flip it over, if I show you this way, so these are the 2 big holly leaves, and it'll say 1A and 1B on this one. So as I say, we start off with 1A, and I use garden green, and then you just simply stamp off with that one and stamp on there. Then you want 1B, and this one you don't stamp off, but you do need to line it up. So excuse me while I pop my head in here for a second. Just line it up, and that's the second part of that one done. Now while I've got the garden green out, I'm going to do the little holly leaf inside, and it's exactly the same. So these are your 2 parts that you need. So this is 2A, which again you stamp off and stamp on, and then 2B, again you stamp and just simply line up. Not very well, that one. Put my green away, and I've got cherry cobbler on this one, although I have done ones with real red. And then if I just grab my sheet here, just putting the stamps off. So these are your berry ones. So that's 1C. So I need this one first, and you need to check which way these line up, because clearly that one doesn't. So it fits that way. So the one with the single berry goes towards the bottom, and this again is a stamp off, and then line up in the spaces and stamp it on. And then you need the second 1D, again making sure that you line it up and stamp it on. And again likewise, while I've got it out, let's do the insert. So there's the first one and the second one. Again, line it up and overlap, and you just need to be very careful, because it's got this bulgy bit on here, it will catch the ink and mark your card, so you do have to be careful with that one. So that's that one out of the way. And then I use the Always Artichoke, and this one I did find was a bit of a fiddle. So this is 1E. Now I don't stamp these off, I just decided not to. And if you can see that bit there, it sits in that gap. So again, you line it up, making sure that it's the right angle, and stamp it. But the tip I have with this is don't rock it. If you rock your block, you will get the ink all over your image, and it's frustrating when you've come this far into your stamping. And there it is. So that's my holly leaf there. Just put that out of the way. And then obviously you just then stick that onto the front, stick that one inside with your to and from on, and then I just use my 1/8 of an inch handheld punch. Now I did find that it was really hard to go through, in effect, 4 layers of card. So what I did was I punched it initially to make the marks, and then I went back and just redid them, because the marks will line up anyway. So that's that one. And this one is pretty much the same again. So you just have a stitch shaped oval and a real red oval from the layered ovals. Grab your, I'm going to do this reindeer for this one, and I simply stamped him in basic black, and this, as I say, is the shimmery white cardstock. So I just stamped him in basic black, and then I used crumb cake and I squeeze onto the lid and flip it over, and then I simply coloured him in. Excuse me. Now, because obviously, as you can see, the antlers are slightly lighter, what I did was I got the main colour here using my blender pen and just coloured him in. And obviously went through and did the whole of his body. And then when I come to do his antlers, I used the same bit that I'd used before and just picked up a small amount and just lightly went on. So I'm just literally just hitting the colour and just picking up some lighter bits so that they turn out lighter. Now that looks slightly messy and blotchy at the moment, but that's exactly how I did this one. Now close up you can make out the brush marks, but nobody's going to be looking at that. When they've got a present to open, going to be saying, oh wow, look, and they're just going to read the label and not pay too much attention. So they don't need to be perfect, but they're really simple. And again, I used my handheld punch and just some Whisper White baker's twine. And like I say, 3 different types of tags. So you've got, you know, different ones for different people, fun ones for kids, the older ones for your older family members, and then these fun ones that you can jazz up and decorate any way you like. But they're all great fun and they're all simple. So don't forget, hop along, have a look at my blog, as they will have these on them and all the instructions and all the products that I've used. And those are all in the link below in the description. Hope you guys have a great day and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!